Dewbu heated polar fleece jacket. It's in the 20s Fahrenheit today with high winds. I'm in a little bit of a ravine to try to get out of the worst of it, but there's still a lot of wind. Maybe sometimes I'll have to be talking between the wind gusts. We'll see how it goes. But I love this jacket so much, and in my reviews on the channel I try to be impartial. I'm human, so it's always a challenge. In this case maybe it'll be impossible because honestly I'm just so in love. It has 5 heating zones, one on either side of the front because it has a zipper, so they want one on either side, so one here and one here, one in the back, one on each sleeve. So the effect is, how I feel it, it's like wearing 5 heating pads at once, which is awesome. Got it on medium right now. High is way too hot. Feels, for me personally, feels nice briefly when you first turn it on, but then I'm cranking it down, trust me. And I've been resting here for a little bit, you know, not doing much physical activity, and even the medium's getting too much, turn it down to low. So I think that's a really good test for it. 20s is, you know, well below freezing, but you just got the killer wind today, and I'm loving it. There's different features. This is the Polar Fleece model. I'll put a link in the description where I reviewed a different style jacket that they have, but this is a Polar Fleece hoodie. It has different features. One is a good size hood, not overly huge but generous, I'd say just about right. And then when you zip it up, I'd call that like a built-in gaiter. Now if you want, you can fold it down. Those become more like lapels. I wore the baseball cap today. I'd usually wear like a watch cap or something. This kind of weather, you know, I can feel it on my face. I'm pretty acclimated to the cold, but I think a person's skin, you know, can only deal with so much. So I wore the baseball cap kind of so I could test out the hood. You know, just an ordinary non-heated hoodie, I think I'd be getting into trouble. Or like a normal polar fleece jacket without the hood and no hat, or like a not appropriate hat like this, wouldn't be good. Got lost out there or something. But I found this, I'll turn it off. I found this to be a warm hoodie, warmer than most, I'd say, without the heat. So you have a nice fleece hoodie with a generous hood. It's also designed with the thumb holes. Pardon me. Rather than tapered sleeves or an elastic or Velcro or anything, it's designed to have a little bit long sleeves. Not bad. You know, I've had other jackets size medium that were just like ape sleeves, but I like these where they have just a little bit of extra length in the thumb holes, so if you forgot your gloves, you have like almost built-in gloves, or you know, you're sitting around camp or whatever, you can get your hands completely out of the cold if you want. So that's nice. But you have to keep that in mind with layering that I'll get to in a moment. Has a lot of pockets, high chest pockets, easy access. Have pockets way up here on the sleeves, and then on the left sleeve there's one lower pocket there. So lots of pockets for all your gear and accessories that you can buy separately. Let's see where I stashed them. You know, it just fits so comfortably. I have to feel around her if I don't remember to figure out where it is. Well, the included accessory is a charging cable, USB Type-C, charge your battery back up. Okay, so sold separately, you can get this 12-volt power cable. It's not designed to charge the battery. It plugs into the jacket, and then instead of running off the battery, you're running off your vehicle's charging system or a power bank or anything that takes that cigarette lighter type plug. You might find it's convenient just to store it right there. I forget it's there. And then you can also buy extra power banks if you'd so choose. Comes with one, you can buy more if you want. And it has a 12-volt power pack. That's what makes it compatible to a vehicle. But it has an intelligent display, LED display. In the left lower front, inside, it's a pocket for your battery. And that's where the cord comes out. The cord is generous, so you can orient the battery in there any way you'd like. When you plug it in, the display will come on. It says 85% charge right now. If you sit with the jacket off for a while, it hibernates. See, it's already hibernated. In that case, you can press the button and it comes back to life again. What I like to do is zip the pocket up almost all the way, except for space for my forefinger. I can reach in, press that button, then turn it on. Long press, turns on. That's high, medium, low. I do that trick with it open just a tad on the zipper because, you know, it heats up, and I'm used to the cold. It heats up and gets too warm for me. I want to be shutting it off. This jacket has excellent breathability in my opinion. That means it's not water resistant and not wind resistant. Doesn't have to be. I mean, there's different types of fabric with different purposes. They're designed with different purposes in mind, and they have different advantages. Of course, being windproof and waterproof has an advantage. I already did a review on the Dewbu heated jacket, and I'll put the link in the description. That one is windproof, waterproof. This one isn't, and that makes it more breathable and more comfortable, therefore. I've been wearing this a lot around the house, and you could call me strange if you want. That's fine. Sorry about the wind. It's really picking up. Sorry if it's bad audio, but it's a good test for the jacket. See how I'm not shivering? Got turned on low right now. Okay, where was I? This makes good sleepwear, in my opinion. Might sound weird. I did a survival challenge recently. Thinking practically, I would have brought this, but it was a survival challenge, so I left this at home. And the premise of my video was I just had old school gear, limited gear, just a wool blanket and my, conventional jacket to stay warm. And that was a lot of fun. However, let me tell you, I was dreaming about a jacket like this with a built-in heat, but I'd like to test this out sometime. I think I will, with a sleeping bag, conventional sleeping bag, and then wearing this jacket, bringing the spare battery, seeing if I need a spare battery to last the night, or if that one will be enough. Be a good test. But this is so comfortable, I'd call it sleepwear if I want it to be. It's just, like I said, I'm so in love. Okay, trying to be impartial. Okay, so I want to get into like responsible use. Around town, this would be all I need for as cold as New Hampshire gets in New England. I'd want a rain shell to throw over it if it was pouring rain, but as far as cold temperature around town, you know, around my yard, turn on the heat, I don't care how cold it gets. But this is a bushcraft and survival channel. I wouldn't want someone to depend on having the battery life and then hike out in weather like this or worse, get lost, run out of battery juice, and then be in trouble. You know, you have to use gear responsibly. That's what I'm trying to encourage anyway. For survival use, I would use this as a backup, or like with hiking or hunting, something like that. Be awesome to turn it on when the old bones start to get a little frozen, toast them out, you know, shut it off back in business. See what I'm saying? So for hiking, maybe like in fall, spring, fall, like that, even in the summer, I'd want like at least like a lightweight packable rain shell, windproof shell. But what I actually brought was a Belgian military field jacket. I think that's what it is. That's what was sold to me as years ago. I believe it's Belgian, has all the tags. I don't read the language, so if I'm incorrect and somebody knows because they're Belgian or just know more about Belgian gear, please let me know in the comments. Or if you know that I'm right, that would be helpful as well. But it's similar, somewhat similar to the US M65 jacket. I have those as well. I just decided to bring this one today. It does layer. Why it's taken a little bit of time is that the polar fleece is sticky. So it takes a few extra seconds to get on. But once you do, then it's not like sliding out of the jacket like you have sleeves inside of sleeves. Sometimes I like the stickiness. So you see how this has the generous sleeves like the American M65 does and a lot of military jackets do, because they're designed for layering. Because this fleece hoodie has those sleeves that don't taper very much. I mean the fleece, the heated fleece I'm talking about now, that I'm using as a liner. These sleeves don't taper very much because they're designed to be used with thumb holes if you want. So then if you had like a civilian jacket that a lot of them are really tapered, it doesn't layer very well, but it layers well with a military jacket or a relatively faithful reproduction, like civilian reproduction. So now this is blocking the wind, and my heat is contained under that windproof shell. This is like a Collie-Cotton, I believe, with a, I think it's called Sympatex. Could be pronouncing that wrong. It's an equivalent to Gore-Tex. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but it seems to be the same. It seems to perform the same as Gore-Tex. But it's got the thick canvas designed to be windproof. And the Belgians knew what they were doing, in my opinion. So now I got that heat inside here, and it's, you know, now the warm blood is going into my face. I can get by just with, that's even ventilated, get by with a baseball cap, because my core is so cozy warm. You know, I don't want to get over my pay grade. You guys know I'm not a medical doctor, but I believe this is true. When the human body starts to get too cold, it wants to preserve itself, doesn't want to die. So what the human body does when you start to get cold is it draws the blood from the extremities, from your hands, from your feet, and from your face, and the blood is diverted to your core. An actual doctor could tell you that physical process. I just know that it happens. Couldn't tell you how, but the human body can do that. So then it's saving your life by keeping your core warm, but the blood's been, a lot of the blood, and you know, not all of it of course, but a lot of the blood's been taken away from your extremities, and then there's cold air temperature and all this wind, and could get frostbite real easy. Today, day like today, it's not all that much below freezing, maybe 10 below freezing right now, Fahrenheit. So not Arctic cold, but with the wind, you get frostbite easily, trust me. And I was feeling that. I was feeling the danger. But now, with the heated jacket and the windproof military jacket over it, the blood's still going into my face. And, you know, if I don't have to have a hood on, I prefer not to, because just can hear and see better, and it just, I don't know, just a personal preference. So that's really nice. But of course, for practicality, let me shut this off, zip up the jacket. I'm really impressed with it. Without the heat, I would say it's the equivalent of like the Army M65 liner, or close to it. It's heavier because you have the heating elements and the battery. One of the advantages of the nylon polyfill M65 liner is that it's really light for the amount of insulation that you get. But this, yeah, a day like this, I don't need the heat, and that way if I'm doing something, catch a chill somehow, I can turn it on briefly, or you know, get lost. For example, had to spend the night, or was injured or something, had to spend the night when I wasn't planning to, could sparingly use the heat perhaps. That could be really, really nice. That could be life-saving. And one other thing that's happened, because I've had this jacket for over, the fleece jacket, polar fleece heated jacket, for over a week now. And one thing that happened is I was somewhere and someone was too cold, and I took this off and turned on the heat and said, hey, borrow my jacket for a while. And you know, that could be a life-saving tool right there, because someone's out in the woods, they get too cold, then the challenge is to get them back warm again. It can be a real challenge. You're putting insulation on them, but just their own body heat inside that insulation, trying to warm themselves up, can be a real challenge. Those chemical hand warmers or body warmers work, those, you know, disposable hand warmers, those work well. But in my opinion, a heated polar fleece jacket like this with the 5 heating zones is like having 5 heating pads on you. I want to say amazing. I don't want to exaggerate. Like I said, I'm in love with the jacket, but it just worked very well. So I'm impressed. So not only going to keep you comfortable, you know, if you're someone who doesn't like being cold or doesn't like outdoor activities in the winter, this could open up a lot of recreation for you. So that's nice. That's really nice. But could even be a life-saving tool. So I think I've covered everything. Tried really hard. Thank you so much, Dewbu, for sending me the heated polar fleece hoodie. Can I thank you enough? And thank you to all my viewers. Had really nice interaction with you with that recent survival challenge video. More and more people are subscribing. I'm just so honored. Just thank you for all that. Some of the comments have just been so nice. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good, but I'm not worthy of that. I really, I try, but I'm only so good. I really have to point to our Lord, give the credit to Him. So again, thank you guys, and hope to see you again soon. Understanding is a fountain of life to one who has it. Proverbs 16:22.